all the other clubs outside of our division, clubs from Division 25, Division 24, 23 West, and 23 East. Welcome if you're here already, and thank you for joining us. Again, like we do every week, I'll ask everybody, the delegations joining us, to just place your name and number within the chat, i.e. you place the name of your club, the delegation leader, if you may, as well as the number of persons in that delegation. And at some point, we'll acknowledge it as we go forward. So those clubs in our division, Division 23 Central, we know you're out there, always joining us, and to honor you, we'll name you all. 23 Central, Surrey Online, Kiwanis Club of Barbican, Kiwanis Club of Capital City, Kiwanis Club of Caribbean Emerging Leaders, Kiwanis Club of Constant Spring, Kiwanis Club of Friends Across Borders, Kiwanis Club of JTS St. Andrew, Kiwanis Club of Kingston, Kiwanis Club of Stony Hill, Kiwanis Club of St. Thomas, Kiwanis Club of Young Professionals Kingston, Kiwanis Club of Young Professionals St. Andrew, and the Kiwanis Club of West St. Andrew. Thank you all. Thank you for coming. Prior to starting, I noticed there were some distinguished Kiwanians among us. Thank you all for joining us. A few LGs are with us. I thank you for gracing us with your presence at this meeting. Thank you very much. DLG Gerthen and Willie, always there. I do believe DLG Pam is there also. So thank you all very much for joining us. I'd like to acknowledge at this point the guests of Kiwanians. Are there any guests of Kiwanians? I always love to single out the guests of Kiwanians. Guests become prospects, prospects become members. And it's always good to have them at that starting point to be recognized. So are there any guests of Kiwanians online? Sponsors? Yeah, that's right. You've got city authorities this evening saying of Kiev and Ukraine's defense minister. I'll just give you a couple seconds to check. Are there any Kiwanians from North St. Andrews sponsoring or presenting to us any guests this evening? None heard? All right, we'll continue. The faculty advisors, from time to time, you join us as well. We always acknowledge your presence and we thank you for being here. Our SLPs, or key clubs, or Circle K clubs, always present and supporting us. Thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure having you. And our builders from time to time join us as well, present with their faculty advisors. If any of you are here, thank you for joining us and welcome to our meeting. I must also welcome the gentlemen of the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew. Welcome to our meeting. Thank you for being here. Always a pleasure. You are the persons that make this club what it is. So whenever you turn out to meeting, it's always good to acknowledge your presence and encourage persons to turn out to our meetings in this manner. President, I have not seen any apologies for absence. Not sure if you have any.
Didn't get a member apology, but I did get an apology from Prospect Najee, who said he was not able to make it this evening.
Okay. Noted, Prez. Thank you very much for that.
All right.
Thank you very much. All right, which means we ought to be having a bumper crowd this evening. I see 122 online thus far.
The only thing after all the work around here.
President, we
You're muted. President-elect Derek, you're muted. You're not hearing it. You're muted, Derek. You're muted.
Thank you very much for that, DLG. I think the president muted everybody because of that outburst a while ago. But I was highlighting that we have 121 persons online. And at this point, I'll remind everybody, put your details in the chat regarding your club's attendance. I'll just have a quick look and see what we have so far. I see I'm seeing rave reviews for that prayer by Kiwani and Hopeton. It's only a pity we didn't have the offering plate going around. President Emilio and the team from KCO Diverse Professional Portmore Pines are here with us. Thank you very much. Thanks for that. I'm seeing Kiwani and Seymour at the POC. Co-chair RDC from the Kiwanis Club of 23 Central Surrey Online. Currently have a delegation of 4 members. Thank you very much for being here, and we welcome you wholeheartedly. I'm also seeing DLG Mel from the Bahamas. Welcome, DLG Mel. Thank you very much for your warm wishes. He wishes us happy anniversary and best wishes for many years to come. Thank you so much for that, DG Mel. Ever faithful President Paul is here with his delegation from the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. 5 in numbers. I'm sure more will join. President Paul is with DLG Willie, DP Desmond, Kiwanian Avian, and distinguished Kiwanian Easton. Thank you very much for joining us, President Paul, and your delegation. I'm also seeing greetings from DLG Debbie. Thank you, DLG Debbie, for joining us. She's wishing President Dwayne and members of Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew a happy 40th anniversary. And she sends greetings from the Kiwanis Club of Constant Spring. 4 members attending with us this evening. We really, really appreciate your attendance. Thank you for being with us. I'm also seeing President-elect from the UMONA Circle K. Who is that? PE Wendy Ann. Thank you. Delegation of 5. UMONA, always there with us. Thank you for joining us. Kiwanis Club of 23 East Professional St. Andrew Online. You're happy to be here, and we're happy to have you. And that's DP Judith Montague. Thank you for being here. Thank you all. And there's greetings from the Kiwanis Club of Downtown Kingston. 7 members online now. Thank you. President Kalia Fagan from the Shortwood Teachers College, CKI. 4 members present along with you. Thanks for joining us, Pres. Always a pleasure having our Circle Ks. Kiwanis Club of Lauderdale Lakes. That's Beverly Rowe. Delegation at 5 and more to join. Awesome. Thank you very much for joining us, Beverly. Happy to have you. I'm sure you'll have a wonderful evening. LG Sajay of Division 24. Thank you for joining us. Bridget Hosan.
Cut from the same cloth.
Okay,
Bridget,
okay, PE,
Bridget.
Derek.
Sorry?
I'm saying okay.
All right, so I guess we'll continue with the others later on. And so that'll be it for now. Please continue to put these details in the chat, and they'll be acknowledged at some point. So, President, at this point, we have 127 persons online. So I'll now hand over to you to continue the rest of the proceedings. Have a good meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, TE Derek. And I want to extend my own greetings. I know I saw our LG Rosie in the house. So welcome LG Rosemary Henry, our Lieutenant Governor for Division 23 Central. It's very good to have you with us.
Thanks, President
I think I
Dwayne.
also saw, greetings LG. Always good to have you with us. Great. Looking lovely as always. I think I also saw DS Paulette, who is with us. So not hearing a response. DS Paulette. Okay. Go back, Chairman Chris. All right, so at this time, I'm going to invite our chairman for membership recognition, Chairman John, to do the birthdays and anniversaries, after which DP Mark will also do the president's feature.
All right, thank you very much, President. Good evening, fellow Kiwanians, guests, special invited guests, prospects, and just family and friends of Kiwanians. Now, President, let me just start off with the good news. And let me just quickly apologize for not being able to open my camera at this time. I'm currently in another session, so please forgive me for this evening. All right, so let's begin quickly with the birthdays. President, we had DP Conrad Douglas, who would have celebrated his birthday on Tuesday, February 22. We also had PD Donald Terrelong, February 23. And of course, we had Kiwani and Sowin. So all would have celebrated their birthdays between the 22nd and the 23rd. And as usual, we hope that each had a wonderful birthday. And as usual, we wish them many, many happy returns. Let me just quickly make mention in terms of some death news. I know the membership would be well aware of the tragic death of PD Donald's nephew. This week, I think to be exact, Tuesday would have been the burial. And so we want to continue to keep PD Donald and his family in our prayers as he and the family actually go through this time of grieving. We also found out this week that PD Stedman lost his mother-in-law. And as usual, the club continues to keep him and the family in our prayers as the family go through their time of grieving. So presidents, there are no anniversaries. And so I turn over to you.
Thank you, Chairman John. I also join in wishing the members a happy birthday. At this time, DP Mark.
Yes, President. Am I able to share?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you, President. And fellow Kiwanians, the series of Know Your President continues. And I'm happy to be able to feature two more Kiwanians this month who have served the club very well at the helm. The first, in terms of the time that the year they served as president, is distinguished President Conrad. President, why is my screen not moving? Trying to get the screen to move first. Okay, right. Sponsored by past director Audley Roberts, named Kiwanian of the Year in 1983-84, during the year, interestingly, of the Ayatollah, then President Ozzie Lee. So to get Kiwanian of the Year in that year must have been quite an achievement. A stickler for documentation, Canada is very instrumental in the production of the 5th and 10th anniversary magazines. The project profile from several of our major projects and on the editorial committee that gave us the book Kiwanis in Jamaica, 1964 to 2009. This great conceptualizer and implementer served as club president in the 1988 to 89 administrative year. He produced the club's initial corporate profile, a first for any service club in Jamaica. This document helped maintain a focus that led to the following achievements during that year. World record for interclubs at the time. Sponsoring key clubs at Tarrant and Wilmer's Boys. And a builders club at Dunrabin Primary. President are competing with a pot or a pan or something. That year also saw the Kiwanis of North St. Andrew bringing the surgical eye expedition team to Jamaica twice, providing critical eye care for many citizens. During the year, we constructed 40 housing solutions for indigent families in Riverton City, and the approval and commencement for the Micro Youth Counseling Resource and Development Center was also given in that year. 4 consecutive governance ribbons, never before done, hasn't been done since. DP Conrad acknowledges the contribution of the late DP Roy Baker in this feat, as Roy chaired the membership growth committee. A fun fact about Conrad's year is that the LG during the year was Fitz Ramsey, and the late DLG Fitz was a member of the committee tasked with forming the Kiwanis of North St. Andrew. What a way to repay him for his confidence. Conrad remains committed to the club despite his low visibility. He recently assisted DP Delroy with the climate change mitigation project and is currently drafting the profile for the Matthew 2540 building renovation project. Our great cricketing friend, Conrad, we wish you many more years of good health as you continue to score runs. The other president that will feature, who celebrated a birthday in February, is distinguished President Barry Miller. This member was one of the initial set of Kiwanians who took me under their wings when I just joined the club. As appointed as vice chairman, and boy did he take me to school. I give thanks to Barry for that. Barry was sponsored in 1987 by past director Jimmy Hessin. He was one of the original always in a suit members, remaining cool even in the sweltering heat of a classroom during an interclub with a builders club. Many quick that he had air-conditioned suits. He became an interclubbing and fundraising dynamo and quickly earned the Ruby K ring for his willingness to share the K. Barry was named Kiwanis of the Year in 1988-89. Dubbed the man of the plan by Pembroke Builders Club advisor, Mr. Morgan. Barry's name is synonymous with Builders Club activities. Long before the How Do You Feel rally call, I recall him doing the installation circuit and asking the members of each Builders Club, "What's my name?" To which they would reply in unison, "Chairman Barry." The man I simply called B finally stopped dodging and took the reins of presidency in 2018-2019. His installation on the high seas was a unique feat. This year also saw a massive inaugural church service encompassing every arm of our K family. The window project at the readiest place of safety and subsequent dedication ceremony in memory of the late DP Sam. The club received the UCC Humanitarian Leadership Award. We honored faculty advisors at our anniversary night, with pride of place going to Homer Morgan for over 3 decades of service to the Pembroke Primary. To the Pembroke Primary Builders Club. There's a picture there of DP Barry sleeping at Miami Airport en route to the convention in Las Vegas. And we had the chartering of young professionals St. Andrew during this year. Barry is really a good sport. Let's look at DP Barry dancing with the attendees at our senior citizen street during his year as president. slide made Barry look as short as me. I apologize for that. Barry is a Godfrey Dyer medallion recipient. He remains very active and has been given some well-needed help at Matthews 25-40. B, continue to be the champion for the nation's youth. President Dwayne, fellow Kiwanians, SLP members and guests, that's the Know Your President feature for the month of February.
Thank you, DP Mark. Chairman Chris, can you share? So DP Barry, DP Conrad, we wish you a happy birthday. I believe DP Mark did justice to this feature, helping us to know a little more about our past presidents. Thank you, DP Mark. At this time, we're going to move into our main event. I'll just acknowledge some of the other clubs that have joined us since the welcome was done. And we continue to ask clubs, once you've joined, you can just indicate your name of your club and the number in your delegation. So we see Lauderdale Lakes, your delegation is up to 5. Sunshine City, Portmore, 2 in your delegation, thank you. And of course, I think we have a big delegation from Halfway Tree Primary. Very good to have Halfway Tree Primary with us. At this time, I'm going to, you can move to the other slide. We're moving into our launch of our month of celebration for our anniversary. I'm going to invite our chairman of the planning committee, PP Dennis, to unmute his mic and open his camera and give us an overview of the plans for a month of activity.
Mr. President, can I ask your permission not to open my camera at this time, please? Thank you. A very pleasant good evening, fellow Kiwanians, to our LG Rosie, our distinguished members, all Kiwanians, SLPs, prospects, and guests. A very pleasant good evening to you. The Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew was organized on February 22nd, 1974. It was chartered on March 22nd, 1974. Today, we will launch 32 days of our 48th anniversary month of activities. The 48th anniversary month will be from February 24th to March 27th. And you will see shortly why it is March 27th. Over the next 32 days, the club will undertake a service, leadership, and a fellowship activity for all 32 days of the 48th anniversary month. Service, leadership, and fellowship we see as the 3 pillars of Kiwanis. Tonight, we will highlight our launch with some Kiwanis information from DLG Layton, where DLG Layton will speak on the formation of clubs in general and Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew in particular. The flagship event will be our 48th anniversary night on Thursday, March 24, 2022. I will not go into much details, sufficing to say you will not want to miss that night for anything else in the world. The 40th anniversary month will come to an end on Sunday, March 27th, with our iconic and multi-award winning Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew Roy Pennant Meals and Wheels project. Time will allow me only to mention some of the planned service leadership and fellowship projects over the next 32 days. A major work day at the St. James Basic School in the hills of Northern St. Andrew for handover during the anniversary week. On Saturday, March 19th, we will host our 40th anniversary SLP rallies for our 25 sponsored Builders, Key, and Circle K clubs. We will be hosting an educational and recreational farm tour in the hills of Manchester for the boys at the Matthew 2540 home on Saturday, March 22nd. Sunday, March 13th will be our visitation Sunday, where we re-engage in a structured way with our widows and our shut-in members. Over the 40th anniversary month, we will be interclubbing in a structured way. Example, we will interclub with as many Kiwanis clubs as possible. However, we will interclub with all the Kiwanis clubs in Division 23 Central, all the Kiwanis sponsored Circle K clubs, all the North St. Andrew sponsored Circle K, all the North St. Andrew sponsored Key clubs, and all our sponsored Builders Club. Incidentally, our anniversary week coincide with the Builders Club week, so special things are planned for our builders. We have already confirmed the painting of a pedestrian crossing at one of our Builders Club schools. Our 48th anniversary church service on May 20th will be launched of our 40th anniversary week of activities. Our 48-page bulletin will be available electronically on anniversary night. The Mount James Basic School project will be formally handed over on Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022. A number of radio and television interviews are being confirmed for the anniversary week. During the anniversary month, we will revisit our many award-winning major projects over the years. The main reason why we extended to the 27th of March is so that we will have the award-winning Roy Pennant Meals and Wheels. The original concept of the Roy Pennant Meals and Wheels, when it was initiated over 40 years ago, was that Kiwanians would take 2 meals from their own pots on a Sunday to distribute to the needy. This year, on the anniversary on the 27th of March, along with our regular Meals and Wheels contribution that we do, we will be engaging our Kiwanians to supply 2 meals from their pots. This will be the major feature. This is the main reason why we have moved it over we have continued the day onto the 27th. We would like to support, I'd like to say thank you very much to the committee, President Dwayne, DP Franklin, who led the development of the calendar of activities, Director Jason and Chairman Chris, who led the graphics, bulletin, and technical undertakings, DP Mark, who is the reservoir of Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew history and traditions, and PVP Mark, the secretary of the committee, who kept us on track and in step. Fellow Kiwanians, SLPs and guests, it gives me great pleasure to invite you to join me in unveiling the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrews, Celebrating the Past, Shaping the Future logo and backdrop, which will frame our anniversary month of activities. Can you give a round of applause, please? Okay. During the course of the month, on every Thursday night we'll be having a nostalgia night with someone from the Kiwanis Club North St. Andrew talking about something that happened in the club during the time. So I will now, while we celebrate the past and shape the future, I will now hand over to our distinguished Lieutenant Governor of Excellence, Leighton, for information session re-club forming. Thank you very much and have a good evening.
Thank you, PP. Dennis, I'm also using my 48th anniversary background. And so we invite members that you, throughout the rest of the month, that you will receive the background so that you can use, and we will continue to use it throughout the month. Chairman.
Yes, Mr. President.
You can go to the next slide, please, and then the DLGE Leighton will come. As PP Dennis has said, for each, there's an activity for every single day for the rest of the period, and all Kiwanians are Kiwanian members, all members of the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew will be expected to participate in at least one activity. There are so many activities that there is no excuse or no reason why any member is not able to participate in any of these activities. DLGE Leighton.
Yeah, Prez, I'd like to share my screen because there are some slight amendments.
Okay, all right.
Not allowing me yet.
Director Jason.
It's not happening, Prez. All right.
You're active now, DLG.
Okay, yeah, okay. Let's go to it. Share. All right. You seeing the screen now?
Yes, we're seeing the screen.
All right, let me just see here. Just a minute. Let's get my camera going. I'll make up at the time, Prez, not to worry. All right, President Dwayne and, LG Rosie, IPLG, now DLG, Debbie, fellow Kiwanian, SLP members, guests. Good evening. I'm gonna do a very brief presentation, President, won't be long at all, on, starting new Kiwanis clubs and North St. Andrew formation, right? So in terms of starting a new Kiwanis club these days, a lot of planning goes into it. You need to have a sponsoring club, could be more than one club. We recognize the need to establish a club. That club would establish a formation team. These days we have what you call club openers and club coaches to assist. There are lots of consultation involved with Lieutenant Governor and a lot of stakeholders to form a club, right? Once we decide, that we are gonna form a club, you got to the stage where you invite eligible prospects. We need people who are in good standing, upstanding citizens who want to be a part of a good service organization. Once that is done, we stage what you call formation meetings. These are meetings that are held with the prospects where we do training, share Kiwanis information, just preparing them to become a club. right? An organization meeting date is planned. Then, you know, at the organization meeting is staged. These days, we need a minimum of 15 members to have what we call charter strength. At that organization meeting, you'd have elections, electing the various officers and directors of the club. Then we send off paperwork to King Kiwanis International with the relevant fees, and we'll be in consultation right throughout. And Kiwanis then, you know, will assign what we call a key number. I think we are 07404, and prepare a charter certificate for the club. So that's when we can do the charter. You know, that's pretty much a quick run through of how it's done. It's a lot of literature and you know, planning that goes into it to ensure that we form clubs that can stay the course. Just moving along, just the background to North St. Andrew formation. North St. Andrew was sponsored by the Kiwanis Club of Downtown Kingston. Downtown Kingston had formed in 1971 the Kiwanis Club of Eastern Kingston and Port Royal. Right, those days, Kiwanis clubs operated strictly in geographic areas. You stick to your area that you are geographic. So having had downtown, having had Kingston, which was more uptown, and having Eastern Kingston and Port Royal was the eastern part and out of Port Royal, the Kiwanis Club of Downtown Kingston decided to go north. And that's how they came to form the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew. Formation team was established, which was chaired by JLG. He was the past president at the time, now DLG Lloyd Distant, and it included people like Herb Hutchinson, Cliff Moore, Royal Grant, and Fitz Ramsey. Fitz Ramsey also knew was a DLG also, and I think DP Mark just alluded to him. The governor then for the district was Edley Ivany, and Lieutenant Governor was Lenny Chang. Lenny Chang, he was a supermarket family where you have Price Mart now. They used to operate from there, and you know, Chang's Emporium, well known, right? And the president of the Kiwanis Club of Downtown Kingston at the time was Eric DePass. The formation team saw some of the finest gentlemen they could find in the Kingston at the time. Most of them were educated at the tertiary level, and they were invited to join, right? So you'll see when I go to the next slide some of the details. The formation meeting was held at the Casa Monte Hotel, and no longer in Surrey, but I mean, you know, you go up near towards Old Stony Road and you'll find where it is. The organization meeting was on Thursday, the 28th of April, 1974. There are about 31 members. Now, I must say that, and DP Mark, our historian, will also tell you that we have some little number crunching, but we had some members at organization, and by the time we got to charter, which is later on, we had about maybe somewhere between 34 and 36. Some people said 34, some 36, right? Ashton Wright, who was Jamaica's first contractor general, was elected president. Douglas Fawkes, who was a manager with Royal Bank at the time, was elected vice president. You know, it's DLG Doug now. Your secretary was Miles Spence. He had a brother who was also in the club too, and a treasurer was Daniel Dare. Directors were Keith Brown. We all know DP Ian Fort. He was a resident magistrate in the Alpha Tree Court at the time. He became DPP after. He was a director. Henry Hall, a DP also. He was a manager also at Neutral Royal Bank at the time. John Russell, DQ Small, Mel Smith, Douglas Wright were all directors formed that elected at that organization meeting. They then planned the charter night. Incidentally, North St. Andrew, as you know, started out and still is a limited liability company. The initial promoters of that company on the documents are Ashton White, Douglas Wright, Henry Hall, Ian Fort, Ryland Grant, Douglas Fawkes, and Alan Fuller. As you know, we still have DLG Doug Fawkes, DP Ian, and DP Henry Hall now still active members. I think after organization, we had DLG Ashley. So he's DLG Ashley is a charter member also, but we don't see evidence of him being on the organization meeting. So that was it, president, members, SLP, you know, that's the club was formed with really some strong men at the time, top at the time, you know, very powerful men in their own right at the time, because downtown Kingston really sought out to form a premium club. So after that, of course, would have been the Charter 9, which DP Dennis, past President Dennis would have spoken to you about, which will come later. But that's the foundation of the club, was chartered in February of, organization meeting was in February 1974. So it's just about, you know, I mean, a few days short tonight of 48 years. And the club, I'm happy to see, is, you know, resurging and going from strength to strength. Pretty much that's it, President Dwayne, in terms of our some information on our formation and organization.
Thank you, DLGE Layton. Chairman Chris, I can share. I know I see you're saying if there are any questions. Probably
yeah,
we
no,
can
and
take
yeah, and I want to single out DLG Lloyd, the GAE Lloyd Distance Senior, because as I say, you have to say him as one of the main architects of the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew. He's in the house, and we really need to acknowledge and recognize him. Real stalwart in Kiwanis, and really had a lot to do with us being birthed. Thank you.
so.
And you know, and our organization and charter members in the house. I know DP Henry and DP Ian and DLG Doug. I spoke to all of them today. Very eager, you know, about tonight, and glad to be still a part of us. You can proceed, President. I mean, the question and answer wasn't designed for tonight.
Okay.
You can proceed.
At this time, we're going to, I'm going to invite Director Kenton and Chairman Dwayne to take us through the other section of the meeting, which is our Bible quiz. But I just want to, before Director Kenton come,
recording in progress,
to
Not hearing the president.
hearing me now?
Yes, we're hearing you now.
Yes. So as Director Kenton come, I saying I just want to remind and encourage all members to take notice of the calendar of events for the rest of the anniversary celebration, and to ensure that we participate in most events, if not all, and that all members are asked to participate in at least one of the activities for the rest of the celebration. DP Kenton, it's over to you. I invite you and the chairman to.
Thank you, President Dwayne. Good evening, fellow Kiwanians. Can I get sharing privilege, please?
Look, just a sec.
You have sharing privilege. Director Kenton.
Okay, thank you. Fellow Kiwanians, as part of our 40th anniversary celebration, we've decided to put the Bible quiz as part of our celebration. However, tonight we'll just do an introduction to our Bible quiz competition, and then come March 31st, we will do it via the PLG groups. So tonight I'm going to ask just 8 of the number of Kiwanians present to be part of our Bible quiz this evening. So when I call your name, I hope you don't back down, please. I have Chairman John, DP Delroy, Director Kishman, DP Howard, Past Director Jason, Kiwanian Cecil Hunt, Leighton Shaw, PP Leon, PVP Mark, PD Omar, Rashawn Burke, and Kiwanian T. Clark. All right, I just need 4 persons to form Team A and 4 persons to form Team B. I have to take 1 minute to sort that out while we ask Director Jason to set up the room so that they can be segmented in different groups.
Okay, the room is currently open. You'll see breakout rooms and you can join it for the names that were mentioned.
Let me run the name again. Chairman John, DP Delroy, Director Kishman, DP Howard, Past Director Jason, Kiwanian Cecil Hunt, Leighton Shaw, PP Leon, PVP Mark, PD Omar Pelache, Rashawn Burke, and Kiwanian T. Clark.
Director Kenton, I believe Chairman David has volunteered to join as well. So if you could.
Chairman David, very good.
Yeah.
All right, so who do we have in Team A? Based on the names
Trying to
called.
get it there where I'm working on them right now.
Are you working on them? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm seeing 7. Okay, 8. I'm seeing 8 in.
8 in the group now?
All right, I'm working on it right now.
While you're working, I'll be your quiz master and timekeeper, as the assigned timekeeper is having challenge with his internet at his location, which should have been PPE Dudley. But while you're doing that, let me just give you the rules. We'll have 3 sections. Section 1 consists of 5 questions.
Sorry, Director Kenton, I need you to be in the room as well.
Okay. All right, let me.
Right, you're going to be speaking from in the room. Nobody's going to hear you immediately when you sign in, so I'm going to just bring it up for everyone.
Okay. So click on it.
All right, I'm going to look for you and then put you in the room. Hang on.
I'm seeing not joined.
Yeah, join. You can join.
I'm clicking, but nothing is happening.
Hang on, let me look for you in the list. Which one of them do you want to use? The one that says Kenton Bryan?
No, Director Kenton.
All right, hang on.
Thank you, DP Bridget. Very good to have you. While that has been done, let me just acknowledge other clubs that have joined us. President Marshalline from Kiwanis Club of Darliston Supreme, good to have you. Kiwanis Club of Papine UTEC, good to have you and your 5 members. Thank you and welcome. And of course, our Star SLP Builders Club from Halfway Tree Primary with 10 members, 10 builders, 5 parents, and super faculty advisor, Ms. Clifford. Good to have you all.
Shipment. No, that wasn't too long ago.
President Abigail from our super SLP Key Club, St. Andrew High School, and 5 members. Sunshine City Portmore, your delegation has increased to 4. Thank you so much. '23 East Professional St. Andrew Online with your membership of 5. Thank you for coming. There's Keith and PLG Sherry from Kiwanis Club of Discovery Bay.
Added the complaint resolution rate at that point was about 50%. Yet today we have only 1,231 complaints and we have results 900. This is just a look at
IPP Michael.
what was happening last year.
I see we have. No, you need to take note of the main group. No, you need to take me out of the main group. I'm seeing, do we have a full team now?
Yes. So I'm going to be opening that.
President Kashana from Kiwanis Club of Greater Portmore, 4 members, welcome. Director Jason, we're ready now.
Repeat the address.
We're almost ready, President. We're just working it out right now. So we need like 5 minutes.
Repeat the address.
Okay, while they are working that out, and to start the quiz, I'm just gonna ask, I'm gonna take announcements. Clubs that have announcements, I'm gonna allow you to do your announcements at this time. Can raise your hand and we'll allow you to go. Any announcements? Okay, so I take it none of the clubs have announcements, including Kiwanis Club of Downtown Kingston. You don't have an announcement? Okay. Chair. Go ahead, DLGE, Pam.
Thank you very much, President Dwayne. Good evening, everyone. So the Action Club will celebrate Action Club Week the first week in March, and we're going from the 7th to the 11th of March. On the 11th of March, the Friday, we will have a combination of the 5 action clubs in Jamaica putting on an event that evening. So far, we have our guest speaker in place. He will be Mr. Joshua Burgess, a blind young man who will be giving the address for the evening. And we will also have performances by Action Club members. That should start at about 5 o'clock in the evening, and we look forward to support from all across Jamaica. Thank you very much, President. And all the very best in your anniversary.
Thank you, DLGE, Pam. And we look forward to supporting that activity. I just want to say to our members that this week I got a call from the executive director for the Mustard Seed community, Mrs. Darcy, and she asked me to express to the members of the club the community's greatest appreciation for the work that we continue to do with the young men at Matthew 2540. The home she has expressed is very pleased with our level of engagement with the young men and the level of consistency. And she also referenced our project on Saturday when we were trimming the boys, the young men, and said that it was just a few weeks or days ago she was at the location and she was speaking about their hair. And so I just want to express that to the members and ask that we continue to give the support to the Matthew 2540 facility operated by the Mustard Seed community. Our work is well known and appreciated. Director Kenton, I believe you should be ready now, and Director.
Just waiting on Director Jason to fine tune some technicalities. Should be through in a minute.
Just also to remind us that our Meals on Wheels project will be this Sunday rather, and members are asked to sponsor 2 meals and be out at Jonestown for 2 p.m. We also should be doing some packages sponsored by Lasco Foods, and those packages we will sort out on Saturday. Chairman Donovan will provide us with the details in terms of where the meeting place will be and the time. That will be communicated in the group. And of course, we invite our SLP clubs to attend these projects with us as is customary. Oh, tomorrow there is the Division 23 Central and 23 East K-Kids program. So we invite members to participate in those activities. Although we don't sponsor K-Kids Club, but we will endeavor to participate in that. As close in the parish, cry for help.
was new leader and also to the surgeon was the executive. The team, but so the cry from the various clubs is the same, and there is no
Press. Press. Hello. Hello. Oops, oops, oops. Director Jason, we need to get going.
Yes. I want to know if it's on the old one who is not hearing properly. Is everybody hearing properly? Because I can hardly hear anything.
I'm hearing you who is speaking.
Hearing clearly.
Loud and clear.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Who the person who's speaking, press the buzzer, let me see who that is. Okay, Cecil.
Somebody has another one on.
Are we ready for the questions now? Let me just run through the rules quickly. Director Jason, everything in place?
Yes, everything is good.
Okay. Contestant, listen carefully for the rules governing the game. Our judges are IPP Michael and PE Derek. I don't think LGE is on. I haven't seen him. All right. So we have section 1, which consists of 5 questions, and each question is to be answered within 5 seconds. Oh, LGE, you are here? Okay, good.
I've been here from the start.
Okay, good. My apology. We have section 2. You're going to answer 10 questions, and these are to be answered within 3 minutes. And then the speed sections, we have 10 questions to be answered in 5 seconds. All right, let's start with Team A. Team A, are you ready?
Well, Director Kenton, can I just make a recommendation? Since we had a difficulty with the members from Team B, can we ask one of the 4 that are on for Team A to switch to Team B?
All right, you just need to identify the person who you want to change instead of asking for volunteer. Can you just ask the person who you want, just identify one person?
The only one I can recognize is Kishman.
All right, ask Kishman to change.
Director Kishman, can you switch to Team B, please?
Sure.
Okay. So Team A is ready? I'll take Team A
Only
first.
first buzz. Only first buzz. They can only first buzz. Michael.
Counting down. 3, 2.
May we proceed?
Okay, let's go. First question for Team A.
Give me the code again, please.
231445. 231445.
I'm going to go no. No further delay. First question. Team A, what's the name of Jesus' mother? Team A? Team A?
Mary Magdalene.
That is correct. Next question. What's the name of the garden where Adam and Eve lived?
Eden.
Correct. With what food did Jesus feed 5,000 people?
Barley loaves and fishes.
Correct. What method did the Romans use to kill Jesus?
Crucify him on the cross.
Crucifixion, correct. From which part of Adam's body did God create Eve?
The rib.
Correct.
Inside.
Who when accused of being with Jesus lied and said he did not know him 3 times?
Judas. No, Peter.
Judas came first. Peter is the correct answer. What creature tricked Adam into eating the forbidden fruit?
Serpent.
At Christ's crucifixion, what did the soldiers place on his head?
Crown of thorns.
What's the first line of the Lord's Prayer?
Our Father, who art in heaven.
Correct. How many days and nights did it rain in the story of the flood? 40 days. End of first section end of first section question for Team A. Let's go to Team B. Team B, are you ready? Team B, first question for you. What relationship was Ruth to Naomi?
Nice.
Daughter-in-law. Next question. Who lied to Jesus when he asked where his brother was? Cain. What was special about Jesus' mother? Team B, are you there?
Send it straight to you. We send it straight to you. Okay, I just reach on the drive. We send it straight to your phone.
PP Dennis, you're disturbing us. Can somebody mute PP Dennis?
It's straight to your phone. To your WhatsApp phone.
I'm not getting a response from Team B. Team B? Team B?
They were responding.
Well, I'm not hearing. I'm not getting the answers.
Director Kishman, you're muted.
Team B? Is Team B ready? I'm not hearing from Team B. Team B.
Anybody hearing in Team B? Because nobody not hearing anything.
No, I'm not hearing anybody.
Are their mics muted?
Director Jason, are we still off the main or?
Director Jason.
Yeah,
sorry, someone sorry. Yes, are we still just in the chat or no? You need to be informed. When you're talking, everybody's here.
Team B, are we ready?
Hold on. Kent, I don't think they're hearing you.
The mics are open.
Team B.
Kenton is muted.
I am not muted.
I see them all, they're all muted.
Who did that?
Kenton,
Hold on, hear me now?
muted.
All the players are waiting to hear the questions. Are ready?
Are you ready? So that's Team B. All right, let me start now. Team B. What relationship was Ruth to Naomi? Daughter-in-law. Who lied to God when he asked him where his brother was? Cain.
My sister Taylor to sing the theme
What
song.
significant event is recorded in Genesis chapter 1 and 2?
Creation.
Correct, that is correct. What was inscribed above Jesus' cross?
INRI.
King of the Jews. Whose mother placed him whose mother placed him in an ark of bulrush?
Moses.
Correct. How many days and nights did it rain in the story of the flood?
40.
Who gave gift to Jesus when he was a young child? The 3 wise men.
Are the answers being recorded?
What happened to Jonah after he was thrown overboard?
Was consumed by a whale.
He was swallowed by a whale. That is correct. That is correct. In whose image was man created?
God.
Correct. How many apostles did Jesus choose?
12.
Correct. What are the wages of sin?
Death.
Correct.
Minimum wage.
Who lied when he was asked to reveal the source of his great strength? Samson, that's correct. What is the name of the man Jesus' mother was engaged to at the time she became pregnant?
Joseph.
Correct. The book of the Bible records many of the hymns David wrote. Psalms. What disaster did the ark save Noah?
Lord.
Correct. What animal did Jesus cause to run into the sea and drown?
Pig.
Oh, you pick out. That is correct. End of first section and first section for Team B. Let's go to Team A now. Answer as many questions as possible. All right, Team A, are you ready?
Director Kenton.
We're running out of time, press.
Yeah, let's go to the third section, the buzzer section.
The seed section. In the interest of time?
Yes, the buzzer section.
All right, I will only do 10 questions. Only 10 questions. There's a noisy background presence. Can somebody mute the person?
DP Althea.
Whoa. I'm disappointed. Team A and B, this is the speed section. 10 questions, and I want the judges to pay close attention. The buzzer system is up and running, Director Jason.
Please reset the buzzer for me, IPP, Michael.
Buzzer is ready.
All right, buzzer is ready. Please proceed, Director Kenton.
Okay. First question. On what were the 10 commandments written?
Team B3.
Answer?
Tablets.
Tablets of stone. Tablets of stone. Judges, we'll discuss that afterwards. It's tablets of stone. Next one.
Yeah, tablets wouldn't work. Tablets is a pill.
Okay, all right. Judges, we'll work on that. Next question. What did Jesus sleep in after he was born? Major, manger, or stable. From what was man from what was man created?
Team B 1.
A rib of a woman.
The dust of the earth. Man created. From what was man created? What did Jesus do to each of the disciples during the Last Supper?
Team B 2.
Touch their feet.
That is correct. To which city did God ask Jonah to take his message?
Nineveh.
Yeah, Nineveh.
Maybe that is correct.
There was no buzzer.
Next question. The Lord is my shepherd is opening up with Psalm.
No.
Team B.
Team B 3.
Cecil, Kiwan and Cecil. We're not hearing a Kiwan and Cecil.
Is it Cecil or DP Howard?
Okay.
I think that's
It says
Kiwan and
Psalm
Cecil.
23. Move on.
What is the only sin? What is the only sin that cannot be forgiven? Blasphemy against the old. Sorry.
Team B 1. Sorry.
Like a sin.
Blasphemy is the correct answer.
Oh.
How did David defeat Goliath?
Is
Team B 2.
Slingshot and a stone.
That is correct.
Oh.
How did Joseph brothers get rid of him?
Team B 3.
Dug a pit and threw him in it and sold him into
That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. In what was Jesus wrapped before he was buried?
Team A 4.
Team before, what answer? What answer do you have?
Team A, not hearing anybody. Muted.
Kiwan and Rishon.
Hello, you hear me?
Yes.
He was wrapped in the white cloth and spices was put on his body.
All right, linen cloth is what we're looking for. Judges? What's the name of Moses' brother?
Team B 2.
Aaron.
That is correct. What's the name of the last book of the New Testament?
Team B 2.
Revelation.
Revelations.
Correct.
Revelation.
What was David's occupation before he became king?
Team B 2.
Shepherd.
That is correct. Who with 2 spies but claimed she did not know that they know their whereabouts when asked?
Repeat the question.
Who would hid 2 spies but claim not to know of their whereabouts when asked?
Rahab.
Rahab is correct.
Yeah, but that person is not on the team.
I don't know what team I am on, so just
my
answer
gosh.
the question.
No. It's for no. Please. Let's not do that. Let's continue. We'll scrap that one. We'll scrap that one. We'll scrap that one.
Well, the team, they didn't hear, Director.
Well, the answer to the question.
The final bonus question.
Answer. Remember, they're in a separate room.
All right, let me take another question. Whose prayer resulted in his being thrown into the den of lions?
Team B 2.
Daniel.
Daniel. All right. What was the apparent source of Samson's strength?
Team B3.
Is here.
That is correct. From which country did Moses help the Israelites escape for their lives of slavery?
Team B2.
Egypt.
That is correct. How many days was Jesus in the wilderness? How many days was Jesus? Sorry, when Jesus was in the wilderness, what was he tempted to turn loaves of bread into what? Sorry, I'm sorry. Let me go to what. When Jesus was in the wilderness, what was he tempted to turn into a loaf of bread?
Team A4.
Answer? Stone. How did Jesus betray?
Final question.
Final question. How did Judas betray Christ?
Team B1.
40.
How did Judas betray Christ? That's the question asked.
I can't answer. Third pieces of silver.
Team.
How did Judas betray Christ? What did he do?
Team B3, you can answer. You're on the same team B.
He identified him with a kiss.
That is correct. End of the contest for both teams. Can I get the scores, please?
Okay, hold on, Director Kenton. We've passed the time. I'm gonna take a motion to extend to.
Team B1.
Director Jason
I'm
moved the
taking
motion to. Director Jason moved the motion to extend the meeting for the needed time.
No, 10 minutes.
Tito, cut it out.
Okay, can I get a second?
Please.
Not St. Andrew members. Okay, all in favor, aye.
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 Any opposers? Nay, thank you.
I think the dog is answering the question about Noah's Ark. Did you ask that question?
No, I did not.
No.
I did not. Okay, we've come to the end of an exciting contest. Can I get the scores, please?
I will leave it to the judges. I have it on the screen, but I'll leave it to the judges.
Judges, LGEU, PE Michael, Director, IPP Michael, PE Derek. Do you have the scores ready?
Do we bring them back to the main room?
Yeah, let me invite them back to the main.
I don't think we need to deliberate as judges. The differential is very significant.
So tell us the winner then.
The winner is Team B.
How many points?
Wow.
20 to Team A, which is 8.
My word.
Good try from everyone.
Congratulations, Team B. Well done, Team A. Remember now, we resume on the 31st of March, and this time we'll be using the PLG group to do the contest. So this is just a warm-up, and the questions that are asked here will be some of the same questions that we will be asking. I can tell you we have 100 questions that we can choose from. So may I suggest that you sharpen up, try to remember we're looking at the main events of the Bible, which you should remember from Sunday school. That's it for me, President Dwayne. Thanks to those who participated. Over to you, President.
Thank you, Director Kenton. Chairman Chris, can you bring back up this share screen? Okay, we did take the announcement. I believe we're going to take a blanket charge this evening of $200 for each members. Secretary, I'm asking you to take a note, and Chairman, House and guests, take a note of all the members who are present and the $200. EP Winston, any joke for us before we go? EP Winston is on.
I think he's having challenge with his with his internet, Prez.
Okay, so we'll charge him $100 for that. Chairman, next slide. So we're going to take the thought for the week and benediction. IPP Michael, go ahead, please.
Good evening, good night, President and fellow Kiwanians. It was a wonderful evening. The thought for the week from Marcus Garvey, quote of the day: a leader must be honest. You have your character to maintain. You can maintain it only by good conduct. Therefore, never try to fool anybody or deceive anybody. Start your video. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. So here I am. For the benediction. And we bow our heads. Thank you, Father, for what was a wonderful meeting. Thank you for keeping us safe throughout. Thank you for allowing us to have gathered as we did for another meeting, another useful and informative meeting, so that we are again renewed with energy and spirit and to do the work of Kiwanis, to do the work for the children of the world. I pray that you will keep and guide and protect us until we meet again, until we're able to meet in person as well as online. For all these and all the mercies that you've given to me, I give you thanks and
IPP Michael.
He's frozen.
I think he got disconnected. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Okay, let me thank you all, everyone, for joining us, and for those of you who have stayed with us. We went over the time, but I believe we had a good evening. I see New Kingston's delegation increased to 12, so we thank you certainly for being with us this evening. And thank you, LG, for staying with us to the end. It's really good to have you at our meetings. And thank you so much, everyone. Next slide, please. I invite you to celebrate with us next week again and for the rest of the month. This meeting of the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew is now terminated. Have a good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining with us.
Thank you, Prez. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all.
Good evening to you all.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Prez.
Good evening, DS Paulette. Thank you for coming.
Prez, I also had a visitor at your meeting, so she enjoyed it tremendously.
Oh, you did? Thank you for inviting a visitor. We do appreciate that very well, and we're happy that she enjoyed it.